Our physical father is a temporary. He will die. But the godly father, the father of our spirit, of our soul, that is Almighty God, will never die. That is our reality.
Professor Geeta Gandhi Kington, President and Chief Operating Officer, City Montessori School, threw light on expectations from religious leaders.
Yudhishthir was asked a question, what is the greatest lie of all? And the answer that was given by Yudhishthir was that the greatest lie of all is that we know that we have a very finite life in this world, and yet we choose to behave in a way as if we were going to live in this world forever and ever. That is the greatest lie of all. So this is why our life should be spent in truth. And the truth is, the best way is to walk with others, to live our lives in order to serve others, and to dedicate ourselves to others. And he said that the fundamental aim of this conference is that at the moment we derive a lot of unhappiness if our neighbor does well. And the aim of this conference is to reach a state whereby we would be happy if our neighbors are doing well. We would be happy to share their joy and their successes rather than being made unhappy because of it.
In the present ways of civilization and social organization that we all have created and share today, to know the meaning of inner peace and harmony is somewhat challenging. We may have a certain intellectual grasp of what these two terms mean. However, for most of us, to actually experience a peace and harmony of heart and mind is another thing. We introduce you to the first plenary session chaired by Professor Geeta Gandhi Kington, President and Chief Operating Officer, City Montessori School. The session consisted of religious leaders who spoke on topics like religion and spiritualism, freedom of religion, a boon or a bane, followed by an interactive session. Here are the excerpts of the session put together by the City Montessori School online editing team.
Do you mean to say, can I just clarify the question? Do you mean to say it is the duty of teachers to pass on religious values to students? But yes, when they are themselves not enlightened in a religious manner, how can they guide the children in religious truths?
Yes, ma'am. And when they themselves don't believe in the equality of religion and in one religion, how can they teach the children to do this?
Okay, how can they teach children about respect for all religions, yes, or the similarity of the fundamental teachings of all the religions if they don't themselves believe that? How can they impart that to their students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would anybody on the panel like to please address that topic?
I think the basic purpose of this conference or such kinds of workshop is to inculcate a feeling that all religion and all religions are the same, and that the teachers must know at least the basic teachings of each and every religion. If the teachers have the basic knowledge of all religion, then only they can teach their students that such and such are the similarities that exist between various religions, and such are the commonalities which exist in all religion. I think this is the basic purpose of this workshop, and we are here to tell the teachers and to the participants that what are the basic commonalities or basic similarities which exist in various religions.
What is the role of instilling global values in promoting religious tolerance and harmony? Thank you, sir.
Pope Paul VI of happy memory said, modern man listens more easily to witnesses than to teachers. And if he listens to teachers, it is because they are also witnesses. In other words, it's not sufficient to teach values, global values or universal values taught by all religions. Not sufficient to teach them as you teach English or geography. But these must be presented in your life and example.
A press conference took place at the venue of the conference, the CMS World Unity Convention Center. Religion and Human Rights provides a unique academic forum for the discussion of issues which are of crucial importance and which have global reach. The second plenary session chaired by Honorable Justice Vishnu Sahai, Member Human Rights Commission, Uttar Pradesh, India, covered the interactions, conflicts and reconciliations between religions or beliefs on the one hand and systems for the promotion and protection of human rights on international, regional and national levels on the other. The international guests spoke on wide range of international issues touching topics like the role of international human rights law and the freedom of religion.
Today, there can be no justification for any religious fundamentalism or any excesses, The painful part is, as Mr. Ellis said, we have international documents like the UN Charter 1945, the Universal Declaration of Rights of Man, etc. We also have provisions in various constitutions of the world. About the Indian Constitution, I am certain that the country shall respect the international covenants to which the country is a party. But the inherent handicap which I find is the conflict between international law and municipal law.
The challenge to religion in the West.
No God has become the default option in the West. And it is extremely important to understand, come to terms, respect, and for a believer in the West to adjust to that default majority option.
Wounded religious freedom in Egypt.
One of the most important challenges, structural challenges in transitional period in Egypt and the Arab Spring states, radical movement threat the freedom, the principal freedom in our region.
Global meditations to bring world peace and harmony.
On behalf of my soul's journey through all time and space, through all levels and all dimensions, if I have caused any hurt or pain to any other being, I apologize and seek forgiveness. And if any other human being through their soul's journey has caused me any hurt or pain, all is forgiven, all is released. All karma is balanced, all debts are paid. And on my gender background, through all time and space and all levels and all dimensions, if I have caused any hurt or pain to anyone else, be it purposeful or accidental, real or imagined, I apologize and seek forgiveness. And if anyone else from their gender background has caused me any hurt or pain, be it real or imagined, purposeful or accidental, all is forgiven and all is released.
Here are the highlights of the talks as well as the interactive session. A small cultural program was put up by the CMS students. So here we go. More on this Interfaith Conference tomorrow. The third International Interfaith Conference, currently on at the World Unity Convention Center of City Montessori School, has been a melting pot of diverse views and ideas related to religion and spiritualism, and all revealed that there is nothing to support the contentions and prejudices prevailing among religious communities. Religion is concerned with the ennobling of character and has served as the ultimate authority in giving meaning to life. The third day of the deliberations began with the thought-provoking devotional songs by the students of the host CMS Ashrafabad campus.
You are my hiding place. You always fill my
The first plenary session of the day was chaired by Ambassador Michel de Salaberry, former Ambassador, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Canada.
As a first element this morning, we will look at religious freedom concretely as it is being developed or fought over with pain and with difficulty.
Professor Muhammad El-Shahad Al-Gandhi, Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs and member of Islamic Research Academy of Al-Azhar, Cairo, Egypt, spoke on the role of interfaith dialogue in supporting religious freedom.
What we face about the freedom of religion and how can we offer some solution about it. In fact, we shall find confrontation thought and the policy in our modern world instead of policy and the thought of dialogue. So we shall find also many divisions, tensions, instability, disputes, even wars between nations.
Mr. Gamal Zaida, managing editor of Al Ahram newspaper, Egypt, gave a talk on the reflection of media on interfaith dialogue in Egypt after the revolution.
Interfaith dialogue, and I see it as extremely important because we have seen that in Egypt before the revolution of 25th January 2011 and after the revolution. For decades, Egypt has been known as a stable society, and we didn't have sectarian conflicts, and it's a homogeneous society, generally speaking. We cannot divide Egyptians and to say this is Muslim Sunni or this is Christian Copt.
Deputy Director General, Doordarshan Headquarters, New Delhi, Mr. Mukesh Sharma, spoke on role of media in promoting interfaith dialogue.
We may have different religions, different languages, different faiths, different color and skin, but we belong to one human race, said Kofi Annan. We know Kofi Annan, the erstwhile UN General Secretary. But that is true in physical sense. The fact is, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. Sir, we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Thereafter followed an interactive session. Here are the excerpts. The second plenary session of the day was chaired by Ms. Nazneen Rohani, Secretary General, National Spiritual Assembly of Baha'is of India, Baha'i House, New Delhi.
Truth is one. You cannot have two truths. And just as, you cannot have one God for Hindus and one God for Muslims and another God for Christians and a third God for Sikhs or Buddhists or Baha'is. It's just illogical. It defies logic to think of something like that.
Ravi Tripathi, Assistant Professor, Pranveer Singh Institute of Technology, Kanpur, spoke on role of women in creating interfaith community.
The contribution of women in religious and faith communities is increasing and cements the religious values which provide the foundation for peace and harmony along with cooperation and respect within a society. Women initiates to inculcate interreligious faith amongst children. She develops right values in her children and makes them understand the quality of acceptance to all religions and to live in the communal harmony with everybody.
A talk by Mr. Mohan A. Hoskote, in charge of quality control, vegetable oil manufacturing industry, Goa, in India, evoked much response when he spoke on evolution of religious critical role of Jesus.
The word God Om, formed by the last letters of the three gods of the Trinity, A-U-M. It is not O-M. It is A-U-M. Brahma A, Vishnu U, and Shivam M.
Mr. Abu Sayem, Assistant Professor, Department of World Religion and Culture, University of Dhaka, Bangladesh, picked up some pertinent rules and preconditions for a meaningful interfaith dialogue.
The purpose of the dialogue is not to settle abstract philosophical questions about God or metaphysical issues. Rather, it is to show the kinds of considerations which are relevant in religious discussions and to make an honest effort to see every religion at its best.
Mr. Sanjay Adhikari, teacher, Malpi International School, Nepal, spoke on situation analysis of religious interfaith in the curriculum of schools in Nepal.
Talking about the curriculum of schools in Nepal, there was clearly stated that Hinduism was the state religion. There were festivals, Hindu festivals, when the schools used to be off. There were holidays at Hindu festivals. Children used to stay in home. But non-Hindu festivals were not given formalities and legality.
A talk by Mr. N.S. Gautam, Director and founder of True Living Organization Lucknow, on developing interfaith dialogue in multi-religious community was well received.
In this world, there is a movement. But the question was, from where these electrons, these protons are coming? The great masters, the spiritual authorities, they made the further discoveries. And they found this is the formation of the energy.
Mr. Saadullah Khan, researcher, Aligarh Muslim University, Bulandshahr, India, spoke on Islam and human rights, a critical approach.
Yes, I would like to throw some lights on the fundamental rights which Islam gives and our constitutions also safeguard. Our first fundamental right according to Indian constitution is a right to equality. So just want to say what exactly Islam says regarding equality. Man and women are created equal in their basic humanity and all have the shared lineage and dignity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, creation and privilege of man over the others, creature of his creation. Discrimination due to race, sex, color, lineage, class, region or language is vehemently prohibited in Islam due to avoid the artificial barriers between the privileged and underprivileged. All humanity, according to Islam, with all its races, has one original source.
Here are some interesting moments picked up during the interactive session.
Stories of success of intercaste marriage happened early 20th century in Egypt between very well-known intellectuals like Taha Hussein. He married to a French lady and she stayed with him, no problems, till he passed away. Many people, they have done this intercaste marriage in Egypt.
My name is Ramesh और मैं इस बारे में एक साधारण सी बात कहना चाहूँगा. हमारे समाज में जो ये समस्या है उसका दो ही कारण है, वो है ब्रेड एंड डॉटर. हम लोग नहीं चाहते कि हमारा सोशल इंटरेक्शन हो. जब तक हम एक दूसरे के कल्चर और एक दूसरे की संस्कृति को नहीं समझेंगे तब तक हम ये वैवाहिक संबंध या इंटरकास्ट मैरिजेस को किसी भी तरह लागू नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि आज भी हमारे गांव में और शहरों में ये काफी हद तक पाया गया है कि लोगों के कुछ पूर्वाग्रह हैं और वो उन्हें किसी भी हद तक छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं है.
An interesting case study on Face to Faith was presented by Ms. Simi Khair from Tony Blair Faith Foundation, India.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honour to be with you, even if I can't see you. Simi's asked me to come along today and talk a little bit about our experience of interfaith dialogue. And I think I'd like to start off by giving you some background of why I'm involved with the programme.
Prior to this conference, students of City Montessori School, Ashrafabad campus took part in many small peace-related activities during the Interfaith Week celebrated at the campus. Here is a small presentation. An all-important talk by Ms. Muriel Pothrat, Project Manager, Faith Matters India, was on the topic the importance to involve youngsters in one work on interfaith dialogue and work done by Faith Matters.
Breaking the ice between the youngsters by trying to show them that they have a shared heritage, shared history, and they also have a shared future, so they will have to coexist We highlight their similarities, and then we enter into the core of the topic by trying to explore the problem that they face, the challenges, the difficulty that they face at not interacting or interacting not in a peaceful way with people from the other communities.
Here are some sound bites on the conference by the delegates in conversation with the anchor from CMS Films and Radio Division.
How do you dwell on this topic?
Today's conference at CMS will promote the communal harmony in all religion, and as far as the similarity of the commonalities between various religions are concerned, I think that the fundamental teachings of each and every religion are the same. Although the method of worship or the religious laws are something which are different, but we should take this message to one and all and to the general public that the fundamental teachings of each and every religion are the same, and we should follow that.
There are indeed fundamental differences in the doctrine. We need to speak at length because in a short time I will not be able to explain to you. We have to compare religions. Like there are some religions which are monotheistic, believe in only one God, strictly one God. Whereas there are other religions like Hinduism which believes in many gods, any millions of gods. There are also religions which do not accept incarnation, whereas Christianity accepts incarnation. And Jesus Christ is accepted by many others as prophet, but not as God, whereas Christianity accepts him as the Son of God.
देखिए ऐसा है कि हमारे जो सबसे बड़े रहनुमा थे रसूल के बाद हज़रत अली, उन्होंने बहुत प्यारी बात कही है कि जितनी दुश्मनियां पैदा होती हैं वो सब एक दूसरे को न जानने से पैदा होती हैं। अगर एक दूसरे को जानने लगे तो दुश्मनियां खत्म हो जाएंगी।
इसमें तो ये जैसे अभी बात हो रही थी कि आतंकवाद कैसे फैल रहा है, तो ये हम लोग का जैसे कहा है भगवान बुद्ध ने बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि कि अपनी बुद्धि की शरण में जाएंगे। ऐसे बहुत से लोग समझते हैं, हम लोग कहते हैं बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, सारे लोग जानते हैं कि भगवान बुद्ध की शरण जाओ, ऐसा लोगों का कहना है। लेकिन हमारा कहना या बुद्ध का कहना ये नहीं है। हम लोग का कहना ये है कि बुद्धि की शरण जाओ, जो अपने दिमाग में आए, अब अच्छा या बुरा कैसा महसूस करते हैं उसके हिसाब से हमको चलना है।
This conference is bringing the logical main thread, which is unity of all the religions.
जो मुझे लगा लखनऊ में जो दूसरी संस्थाएं भी इस तरह से इंटरफेथ डायलॉग कर रही हैं, हम लोग भी करते हैं, उसमें ये बहुत बड़ा है, इसका एरिया बहुत बेटर है, बड़ा है कि इसमें फॉरेन डेलीगेट्स को भी इंक्लूड किया जाता है। प्लस जो टोटल ऑडियंस सामने बैठी है, हो सकता है आपके वो टीचर्स और पेरेंट्स हों, परंतु ये सब एजुकेटेड लोग इस तरह से इससे जुड़ते हैं, इतना मैंने और कहीं दूसरे इंटरफेथ डायलॉग में लखनऊ में नहीं देखा।
At the valedictory session of the conference, Ms. Zaina Sorabji, Vice Chairperson, National Spiritual Assembly of Baha'is of India, New Delhi, and Member Advisory Committee of the Third International Interfaith Conference, said,
If the states do pass laws against international documents or do not implement those international documents, they can be taken to task by the UN. We heard also about the most prevalent of prejudices, which are nationalism, racism, or religious prejudices. Seeds of prejudices get implanted in the minds of the young. Parents and teachers are the early trainers.
CMS online editing team brings to you some memorable moments shared by the delegates of the conference.
Such a good work is happening and has happened also last 3 days, and also this is the third year of this conference, I believe. But what is happening is, in my address today when I spoke to you all, I was emphasizing on brand building. How can we build this brand? That next year, if we can, February, because now February has been decided that it is the first week of February happens to be this interfaith day or week. If we can create awards, interfaith awards, and if we can celebrate and get people, for example, in my address also in the morning I said that those marriages which are interfaith marriages which have taken place, for example, Shah Rukh Khan has married a a Hindu girl. Now, Shah Rukh Khan would love to come on such a conference if we can make a brand out of it. To be very frank, Archana, if we don't do it now, somebody will hijack your idea, and tomorrow these awards can be there. And I can assure you, DD, being a public broadcaster, can be your partner in this, and I'll ensure that all help is given. Not only DD, other like-minded channels, there can be a battery of people here, and I can help you out in how a programming can be arranged and weaved around this entire thought. I just thought, let me share with you before this idea so that you can then further build it up on these lines.
I'm Avneet Kaur, a life enthusiast, Sikh by religion and human by nature. As I'm also an ambassador of One Life Alliance, that is a global peace initiative, we honor the sacredness of life.
समाज हमारा कभी बूढ़ा नहीं होता, मुल्क कभी बूढ़ा नहीं होता, इंसान की इंसानियत कभी बूढ़ी नहीं होती। मैं ये दुआ करता हूँ अल्लाह ताला से कि गांधी जी भी कभी बूढ़े ना हो और इनका साया पूरे समाज पर देर तक कायम रहे। इस मुल्क में रहने वाले हजरत मोहम्मद साहब पीस बी अपॉन हिम, प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से मोहब्बत करने वाले, हमारे नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के फादर जनाब हजरत अब्दुल्ला, उनसे मोहब्बत करने वाले, राम जी और राम जी के पिताजी राजा दशरथ जी और राम जी के मैं अर्ज कर दूं दादा अज जी, राम जी के परदादा रघु जी, ऐसी गुरु नानक जी, गुरु हरिहर राय, गुरु तेग बहादुर जी, सबके मानने वाले, सैयदना ईसा अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम के मानने वाले। ऐ अल्लाह, मैं दुआ करता हूं बाकायदा इस मुबारक मौके पर कि हिंदुस्तान में जितने भी लोग हैं वही फिक्र, वही सोच, वही कल्पना बैठ जाए जो इस प्रोग्राम के जरिए से हमें पेश की जा रही है। मैं बाकायदा तौर पे अपनी बाकायदा एंकरिंग करने वाली जो हमारी बहन हैं, हर बार इस्तकबाल करती हैं, उनके शुक्रिया के साथ जनाब गांधी जी की उम्र की लंबी दुआ करता हूं और आप सब लोग ऐसे ही आते रहिए। आपके आने से गांधी जी की बाकायदा ताकत बरकरार रहेगी। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, खुदा हाफिज, आदाब।
Memory is etched in time. A memento with a certificate of appreciation is the memory shared and relived with the near and dear ones. To bid adieu to this conference with the promise of the continued support in building bridges through interfaith dialogue in multi-religious communities for harmony and continued peace in this world,
I thank all of you lovely friends sitting out there for being with us, for sharing your views. We close this session here, but the work doesn't stop. Show will go on. Thank you so much for being with us.
Here is a small and apt cultural presentation to cherish the City Montessori School efforts towards Jai Jagat.
सब तेरी मर्जी का